just defeat New Mexico. This is Oklahoma City, where Valparaiso has a shot to do it again. Florida State, the last at-large team in, but a team that beat Arizona this year, and a team that beat Connecticut. And this small school from Northwest Indiana, a chance here to tie the game. Jenkins makes one. So now Florida State will have a chance to go for the win.
Now we'll see whether they go man-to-man or whether they go try back in the zone.
And the Seminoles will talk it over. It's going to be a 20, they're trying to figure out what they want here. Jody Sylvester asking, it will be a full timeout. A full timeout for Florida State, 24.8 to go. And now it's Florida State's chance to diagram one game-winning play. Weekend filled with exciting finishes and buzzer beaters, and now Florida State has its chance, and we'll find out if Valpo can handle playing at the other end of this situation.
Well, they can. This is a great defensive effort for them right now, being able to get it on and put it on up. You got to look out now for Kerry Thompson to be able to lead this basketball team. Good things have been working for them for the inside and outside as they decide to move the ball around the perimeter.
All right, it's off the fingers of Thompson, but he runs it down near midcourt. Kerry Thompson with the ball. He's stripped by Drew. Valpo has it. It's loose. Now Drew throws it down the court, and we have overtime. Valpo played defense. And they stripped Kerry Thompson when he tried to win it for Florida State.
It's an excellent play by Bryce Drew as he stayed with Kerry Thompson, not letting him get the full penetration and pulling the ball out of his hands.
Overtime in Oklahoma City. Here it comes, the last shot with Kerry Thompson.
But watch the feed of Bryce Drew right here, getting an opportunity to get his hands right on the ball as Kerry Thompson decides to go up. A nice play by Bryce Drew, just getting in contact with the ball right here to get a nice shot.
So Valpo survives on defense, and there'll be overtime in Oklahoma City. Bryce Drew just trying to gather himself, I think, on the bench.
To help defense, one man sets a screen and is able to step on out and get in the way of the charge, which is fantastic. Watch the Jenkins brothers work in tandem right there. Terrell Baker runs over one of the Jenkins brothers. Excellent play.
Now, Florida State has played some terrific basketball in these two games. And I'll tell you what, you really have to admire the resiliency of Valparaiso.
They've come back on several occasions and showed some toughness.
Sykes with an air ball. Loose, Vilshinskis. Blocked by Corey Lewis. So a second big rejection inside by the Florida State center.
I'm sure Vilshinskis thought he had a nice opportunity basket on that play too, but the timing once again by Corey Lewis, two nice plays.
So Florida State, a team that's in despite 13 losses. They were 6-10 in the league, and a probably ill-advised shot there by Corey Lewis, and Valparaiso out with the ball. So Florida State, the team that really said after their game Friday, we proved that we did belong here by knocking out TCU. And Valparaiso, a team that no one had heard of or across America really until 2 years ago when Bryce Drew took them to the NCAA for the first time. And there is Drew giving Valpo the lead. 20 points.
Bryce Drew, just a tremendous player, usually utilizing those screens and getting his body into the middle of the lane and throwing up some nice floaters right there. Those are tough, tough plays for Bryce Drew, and he's coming through right now in the clutch.
Now a 20-second timeout called by Steve Robinson on the Florida State bench. Well, Bryce Drew hadn't scored in a while, but he goes with the left hand here to give Valpo the lead with the first points of overtime. Well, here's what's coming up next. Detroit and Purdue will be playing in the Midwest region in Chicago. Here in Oklahoma City, Rhode Island and the #1 seed in Kansas, in Atlanta, UCLA and Michigan. That's what most of you will be seeing. As we're winding down to filling out the field in the Sweet 16. Kentucky is in, an easy win, a most impressive win over St. Louis today. Now it's Florida State with the ball. Stanford, the 3 seed in the Midwest, got a battle in the first half, but knocked out Western Michigan. Here's the big miss by Lewis. He had a dunk on the follow and hit the back iron.
And a great opportunity right there by Valparaiso. You say they changed the defense on that play by going to a zone. Corey Lewis had a great opportunity right there, but just missed the point-blank range dunk.
Jamie Sykes has scored 19 points. Freshman Jared Nunes, 3 guards on the floor right now for Homer Drew's Valparaiso team. And Terrell Baker fouls Bryce Drew.
Valparaiso decides to go to a zone defense, and that leaves Corey Lewis alone, and he gets an opportunity to go straight down the middle and get an opportunity to go in, but it just doesn't make it right there. Bad timing by Corey Lewis.
On the line for Valparaiso is Bryce Drew, shooting 2 shots.
Bryce Drew finished up 4 years leading Valparaiso in every major statistical category. And this is not, as he misses the foul shot, this is not a mid-major conference player. He's playing for his dad, yes, but Bryce Drew was recruited by every major Division I program. He could have gone anywhere. He eventually narrowed his choice to Notre Dame, which is a school not far from Valparaiso, but decided to play for his dad. And they've had what Homer Drew calls a magical 4 years together. But there he missed both foul shots, and the ball is out of bounds to Florida State.
But that just goes to show you the defensive structure that's been played by Florida State in trying to wear down Bryce Drew till you get to the point in this game right now that he's a little bit winded, and the energy level that he needs to keep it going up. Those are some big misses right there by Bryce Drew.
He's human.
Oh, yes, he is.
We weren't sure about that. But, of course, Bryce Drew missed the 3-point shot for Valpo in the final seconds Friday before he hit the miracle one to win the game. Now Kerry Thompson takes him one-on-one. There's Shabazz with the rebound, and he'll go to the line with a chance to tie it for Florida State.
The important part of this whole thing is that those were different shots, though, Ted. Those were jump shots that he was taking. The important part that Bryce Drew was on the free throw line this time, and he's an excellent free throw shooter. Missing shots from the free throw line with no movement at all. That just goes to show you of the energy level is going down just a little bit right now. He needs to pump himself back up in this last 2 minutes.
So now one of the 2 big men for Valpo is fouled out. Zoran Viskovic from Croatia had 19 against Ole Miss Friday, just 9 today. Now the other big man, Tony Vilšinskis, is a Lithuanian, replacing Viskovic. And Kareem Shamaz, he's a freshman, 7'2", Queens, New York, and he has had a horrible year at the line. And look at that. Palm, even though it's a very awkward-looking motion, a sweet-looking shot.
Exactly. The young man is playing very well right now under pressure.
Well, how about that? Bryce Drew misses 2, and the freshman Kareem Shabazz knocks down 2 to tie this game. Now pressure from Florida State. And Valpo gets it across. Under 2 to play in overtime. Here's Drew for 3. Short. But Valpo runs it down. Bill Jenkins gives them another shot.
You can tell right now that Bryce Drew's a little bit tired right now, just getting a little short on those jump shots that he's taking.
Sykes, the line drive shot missing. Big rebound, Bill Jenkins.
On the boards right there. This is where Valparaiso is going to be doing their best work right now, getting an opportunity to get on the boards and get some second chance shots.
And you'd expect the bigger Florida State team to not allow that.
And he's competing, though. The art of competition right there. The 2 brothers out there, they know they got some big guys on them, but their competition going.
Kerry Thompson. Oh, a weird pass, but Greer saved it for the Seminoles. Shot clock running out. Greer, good dish. And it's all ball on the block, a held ball, possession to Valpo. A clean block on Jackson with 58 to play.
It's a wonderful play. It's good to be 7 foot on that play.
So Valpo with the ball and a 2-point lead in overtime. Drew takes a timeout. He was doubled up, got the ball in a bad spot, and took a timeout.
Great opportunity right now for Valpo. They're handling the ball well.
So the clean block by Vilšinskis of Valpo. And now the Crusaders have the lead and the ball. Valpo, Valparaiso with the ball. Trying to inbound it against pressure. They have no timeouts. Ball in a bad spot there to Sykes, but he gets out of it. Valpo cannot stop the clock if they get caught at all. Florida State does not have to foul. Baker guarding Drew. Terrell Baker has 4 fouls. Shot clock on the left. Now it's in Drew's hands against Baker. It's the high screen. Left for the shot. No. Off the glass. Vilchinskis puts it home.
Excellent play by Vilchinskis. Excellent play. Excellent play.
Valpo by 4. 20 seconds. And Florida State stops the clock. Offensive rebounding has been the key here in overtime for Valparaiso. Bryce Drew has missed shots, but his teammates have helped. Valpo by 4. Drew has been human in the overtime, missing shots, but here's offensive rebounding. The 7-footer Tony Vilchinskis giving Valparaiso a 4-point lead. And when he went to the bench, they're starting to feel it, but there's still 19.2 to go. Florida State with the ball. Terrell Baker, the deep 3. Off the back iron. Rebounded, stripped away by Bryce Drew. Bryce Drew stripped it from Randall Jackson. And with 8.3 to go, Drew will go to the line. At the end of regulation, Bryce Drew made the great defensive play to force overtime. He's done it here again.
Randall Jackson made the mistake of bringing that basketball down, and Bryce Drew, thinking quickly, got the basketball away from him, and now he's at the free throw line. Great play by Bryce Drew.
Bryce Drew, you know he's exhausted. He's in the overtime, has missed 2 foul shots. He's missed a 3-point shot. And right now, that's not a coach right there, friends. That's a dad. Just as it was when they hugged after the miracle shot on Friday. Terrell Baker is fouled out for Florida State. And now a father watches a son trying to put his team in the Sweet 16.
Big free throws right here for Bryce Drew. The biggest of his career right now. Biggest of his career right now. He can see St. Louis coming right up in the view.
I'll tell you, I haven't seen a guy smile as much as a coach as Homer Drew. Bryce Drew knocks them both down. A 6-point lead for Valpo. Thompson with it. Kick it back to Greer. And the 3 misses. And the Hoosiers that are going to the Sweet 16 are from Valparaiso. What a moment. Words that I'm sure you never thought would go in the same sentence. Valparaiso, Sweet 16. Welcome to March Madness Chapter 2 in Oklahoma City. A great run of their own from Florida State comes to a bitter end, but Valparaiso is going to St. Louis to play in the Sweet 16. And no one anymore, after the 2 games they played here and the 2 teams they beat, can question Valparaiso. The resiliency they showed to beat a championship team from the Southeast Conference, and now to beat a team that beat #1 early in the year. They may well be this year's Hoosiers from the small town in northwest Indiana, a school of just 3,600 students. They'd never won an NCAA tournament game until Friday, but they have an All-American player in Bryce Drew, and now they're heading to St. Louis. What a smile from Homer Drew. Chevrolet players in the game. Jamie Sykes, the senior guard, just 2 points shy of his career high for Valparaiso. And Kerry Thompson, what a great 2 games he played as the point guard for Florida State here in Oklahoma City. Valparaiso wins it in overtime 83 to 77. The celebration for the Crusaders for Homer Drew and Jim Herrick Jr. And Valparaiso will now watch the upcoming game between Kansas and Rhode Island. We'll be back in a moment with Greg Gumbel in New York. Valparaiso goes on.
Welcome back to our studios in New York, everyone, along with Clark Kellogg and Dean Smith. I'm Greg Gumbel. You've just seen Valparaiso over Florida State, 83-77. Don't tell the Crusaders they can't run with the big dogs. They're headed for the Sweet 16.
Boy, what a great story. When you get into an overtime, it comes down to making plays. But I really thought Florida State became a little tentative in the extra session. I think that cost them. Valpo was more aggressive.
They sure went cold. They were 0 for 7 from the field. It was a good game to watch, Coach.
And Bryce Drew, just a tremendous performance. But what's even more impressive is the fact that Florida State was trying to stop him. They put all their guns toward him, and they still came. Valparaiso still won.
Bryce Drew, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Meanwhile, a game underway at the United Center in Chicago. Early moments, and second seed Purdue with a 3-point lead on Detroit. We'll be taking some of you out there shortly. Want to remind you what's coming up. Those of you headed for Rhode Island against Kansas in Oklahoma City, that tip is 5:09. We'll start you on the Detroit-Purdue game. Those of you headed to Atlanta, South Region action between UCLA and Michigan, we will get you to your tip-off coming up shortly. All of that is going to happen right after this word from your local station.